Alright, so I'm gonna try making a video with my phone because one of the reasons I haven't been making videos is I need a computer, camera. Anyway, we just got done putting all new front suspension on the front of this. Ride Tech upper and lower tubular control arms, sway bar, coilovers, and so that's gonna be pretty cool. There's all the old stuff there. And ever since we painted this and put it together, we never had an armrest screw in this back screw hole, and the armrest would always pull off, and it was probably really annoying. So I just went ahead finally, after 7 years or however long it's been, and pulled the door panel off and put a dolly behind this and flatten this hole back out so the screw will grab. I think that should be good. I shouldn't have to weld it. I'll put it all back together before I figure out if it works or not. That way I can take it all back apart if it doesn't. So yeah, we must have did I do not remember these custom vapor barriers. This is a step a lot of people don't do. And Angel must have done this because I don't remember that. But this keeps the moisture off your door panel and keeps it from warping and looking all stupid and crappy. So there's a thing a lot of people delete when they work on their cars, or don't put in when they restore them, which you should always do that. I remember back when I have a how to apply body filler video. When I did these doors on this car, I don't remember which door it was, this one or the other one. It still gets a lot of views, and it's surprising, actually, how many people watch it and comment on it still. But I get a lot of hate comments on it still. I mean, one of them was, oh, epoxy first, because I did it in bare metal with Bondo on top. And it wasn't a video about whether or not you should epoxy or not epoxy. It was just a simple video of applying filler. Yet everyone seems to want to comment about how you should epoxy it first, even though it has nothing to do with the video. But just to show you, I don't know how many years ago that was. As you can see, this totally failed because I didn't epoxy them first. It really sucks because now obviously I have to strip this door down, and obviously I should have replaced it because you shouldn't need that much Bondo, because we all know when you buy brand new door skins or shells, they're perfectly straight and you don't have to skim coat them. Anyway, so that's that. This car is still pretty straight. The paint has died back due to my improper application techniques, I'm sure. It could stand to use a cut and buff. But overall, for what this car was, it still looks pretty sweet. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this door panel back on. There's a cruise tonight we might go to, so I may clean this up a little bit. You can definitely see the shrinkage in the paint here. That I can probably just 3000 with the DA and then buff it back out. Spent a couple days on this. I could really kick it up a notch to where most people wouldn't realize that I did anything. So it's really time well spent. So that's what's going on here. This is still sitting here. I had a motor put together for this that Jimmy built, and we ended up putting it in the K10 truck because we couldn't figure out what was wrong with that, and we gave up, pulled the motor, and put the motor in that was for this. So for this, I have this 350 that came out of the Model A. I'm probably just gonna assemble that and put it in here. I don't know right now. This car frustrates me because it's like the universe does not want this car to be done. Granted, I don't work on it, but it seems like it's so easy for this project to keep going backwards instead of forwards. So, anyway. I should have got some video of putting a suspension on this, but I didn't. It's never had a sway bar before, and now it has a sway bar. The headers are pretty low. I want to get some mid-length headers so we can get the exhaust up off the ground some. So that's pretty cool. Should be much better. Great, there's that door I have to epoxy again. Damn it. So, we'll be back when I get this buttoned up and we'll see if the armrest works. And of course, it worked great. You can use the armrest now. And it kind of bugs me that this is, I mean, I tried to move it up a notch, but then it was like that. Why is it down like that? That one is too a little bit. Maybe if we just really bend on her. Nope. Anyway, we're all done here. Now I have to find something else to do. I could clean the garage. Angel says it's always dirty under here and she can't open her hood, it shows. I think it looks just fine. Except for my wiring, Jimmy pointed out I need to do something with. And this wire, we need to get different heads on this. I hate this alternator bracket. I want heads with accessory holes. And that's all that is. This thing is dirty. Also needs exhaust because it dumps down in front of the axle. As you can see, we have a gravel driveway and there's no point in cleaning anything. All right, I guess that's gonna do it. Maybe I'll buff a little bit or something. I don't know. We'll see. Like I was saying in the last video I just recorded, but I took a picture instead of a video. This is done with 1500 Trizact DA. The roof is pretty bad. I'm just trying not to get it perfect. I'm just trying to get as much of the little shrinkage and weird scratch marks and stuff out of it as I can. When we painted the car, for some reason, I didn't strip this panel to bare metal like I did everything else on the car. I think I was just tired of finding more problems and more rust, so I just wanted to get it painted. Should never have done that. I painted over the Mako paint job, and ever since it's been losing its gloss, sand scratches showing up, stuff like that. Anyway, so I've been meaning to buff this for a few years. This is 3000 Trizact after the 1500 on this side, and you can see it's thing is gonna live. So obviously someday I will have to strip this roof. I'm just trying to prolong it, and it looks like I'm gonna be able to. So I'm just gonna buff this car. I'm gonna just do the roof and the sail panels for now. Obviously the whole car needs buffed. I don't have very much 1500 Trizact. I think I only have 2 pieces left, which should do 2 more panels. Obviously you can sand it by hand, 1500, 2000, but I'm lazy and the DA seems to be working great. So I'm gonna get this sanded with 3000, this half of the roof, start buffing, and we'll see what we got. All right, so I just cruised over it with a wool pad and the 3M #1 compound. Usually a foam pad guy, but decided to use an old wool pad I had laying around. It's a little bit faster. It leaves a little bit coarser finish, more swirl marks, etc. But so now I'm gonna go over it with, I think I'm gonna cruise over it with this Meguiar's foam pad and the same compound I used with the wool pad. And then I'll polish it and then I'll show it to you before I wax it. I'm not going to show you after I polish it because it's going to look the same as this in the camera. I just did the roof, then down part of the sail panels, kind of sanded it in, and yeah, way better. I'm hoping it stays like this. It should. It's been painted for a long time now, so it shouldn't continue to move around or shrink, but I'm sure it will. But it looks pretty sweet for now. Night and day difference. Angel probably won't notice, but I will. I'm done with the 3000. Best advice you can have here: spend as much time as the 3000 as you can. When you think you're done, clean it off, do it again, and then do it 2 more times. That'll save you a lot of time writing the buffer. Well, here she is outside. Just gave her a quick wash. Take it back in the garage and give the roof a coat of wax. Came out pretty good. All things considering. Can I get my thumbnail picture here? Alright, got a coat of wax on here. Letting that haze up and I'll buffer off. We'll be done for the day. This is the wax I'm using. Pretty good stuff. I also cut the turn downs off the exhaust so we can drive out of the driveway without getting this thing completely trashed. And there we are. Wax is off. Pretty excited. Turned out really good. The only thing is where I didn't want to sand close to the drip rail. You can see where it gets hazy. And if I wanted to, I could mask the drip rail off, sand this, and buff the edges out. But for right now, I was mainly concerned with that. And it looks great. So, I guess that's a wrap on this video, if I even make it. I have all kinds of footage on the GoPro, but the sound on that thing, something happened, and you upload the videos and the sound sucks. If you use any kind of air tool or anything, it makes this weird screeching sound. And anyway, I'll figure it out. I mean, it's easy enough to just use your phone, but I don't have an Apple computer, so when I upload videos onto my computer from my phone, all the video clips are mixed in with pictures from the beginning of time, and it's just really hard to find all the video clips. So I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet, but see you on the next one in a couple of years or days or weeks or decades.